The entry box is a place where we can enter a string. Okay, so a username or the text variable is connected to that. There's also a programmatic way that I can reach into this text box and pull out the text that's in there. So I'm going to show you that way as well. But again, we have the master, and then we have the text variable as included there. And you can actually set it to have text by default. You can activate or deactivate it. Again, if you get into these documents, right, there are lots and lots of detailed things. So these are the different options for configuration. So there's a lot of different properties that those can have. Most of them are extra. So I'm going to show you we can implement that very simply. Okay. But what I want to do is I want to show you an organizational method. Okay, so on that left-hand side, so we've got our window that maybe looks like this, divided in half. On that left-hand side, we've got a label, and then at the bottom, I'm going to have that button. Above that, what I want to create is I want to create a thing where I have a label that says what I want to enter, and then I want to have an entry box. So what I have to do is I'm going to create frames inside this frame. And each one of those is going to be like a row that holds that data. So let's say I want to get a noun from the user. So I'm going to say noun frame equals tk.frame. And the master for that frame is going to be left frame. And that's it. That's all I'm going to put there. Now I'm going to pack that. And again, I'm going to keep it really simple. All that is just an invisible container that now I'm going to put a label in and an entry box. So noun label equals tk.label. And now this label is going to go inside the noun frame, and I'm going to slide it to the left. So I'm going to say, okay, the parent is the noun frame, and the text is, I'm just going to say noun. I'll pretend that the user is going to know what that means. And then I'm going to pack that noun label dot pack, and I'm going to say side equals left. And then the next thing I want to do is an entry box. Okay, so I'm going to add an entry box right next to that label. And so I'm going to say noun entry equals tk dot entry, and it is also going inside the noun frame. Noun frame, and the entry box doesn't really need anything else right now, so I'm going to leave it that way. And then I'm going to pack, and I'm going to go side equals left again. Okay, so all of that should be there. What do I have going on here? Uh-oh, frame noun. Oh, my bad. It should say text equals. There we go. I was like, what did I forget? Okay, so there is my noun now. Okay, so I've got the result, and I've got a place to enter the noun. I'm just going to add one more. I'm just going to copy this text, and I'm going to change it to verb. So copy, paste. I'm just going to do some real quick copying and pasting because this is an easier way to do it. verb label, and verb entry. When you're doing something repetitive like this, that's really nice. And now if I run it, there I've got my two entry boxes. Now, if I was making this in a real scenario, I'd probably want to work on the spacing. I might work on the size. I'd make it look a little bit more attractive. But we're just going for basic functionality today. So now I've got the places to enter the noun and the verb, and I got the button that says show the Mad Lib. What I need over here is a label that's going to show the result, and then I need to create the command that does the Mad Lib. Okay, so the Mad Lib is just going to show up in a label on the right-hand side. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to create that label. Label results equals tk.label. And then it's going to be in the right frame. And it's going to say text equals nothing because it doesn't need anything yet. Okay, and I need to pack it. Even though it's empty, I still need to pack it. So I'm going to say label results dot pack, and there we go. So now the invisible label is sitting there waiting for me to do something.